profits 15% by 2016. Today I'd like to talk about a few changes that we can make at BB Clover at home to increase our profits and obtain a larger customer base. There are a few things we can do that I believe will help us out. If we switch some of our merchandise, increase our advertising, build on our sales, and keep better track of how well our inventory sells, we can have a large increase in revenue with a small increase in expenses. The first thing and the main change that I would like to talk about is switching some of our merchandise from high-end products to more inexpensive gifts. A lot of potential customers will come into our store and look for an under $20 hostess gift, and we have few options. Most people who come in cannot afford the high-end merchandise that makes up about 90% of what we sell. The most inexpensive item we have are $25 cocktail napkins, and a lot of people don't want to spend that much money when they're just looking to get a friend an inexpensive hostess gift. If we keep some of our more expensive lines that are best sellers, such as our Simon Pierce glassware and LAFCO candles, and also incorporate more inexpensive lines that people can use in their own home or as gifts, we will be able to please every customer's needs. The other issue with selling too many expensive items is that a lot of people in our area who can afford these items and would use them to decorate their home hire interior designers, and most interior designers do not come to our store to shop for home accessory products. I know, for example, that my mother is an interior designer, and she goes straight to the vendors that we sell because she can use her designer discount and get the items at just a little bit over the wholesale price. That all being said, there still is a good portion of customers who spend a lot of money on our upscale merchandise, which is why I believe we should have about 50% expensive items and 50% inexpensive items. The segment of customers who come into our store and spend money on the expensive goods can still have a selection, just a smaller amount. We can also start to incorporate more traditional merchandise at our store. Most of what we sell is very modern, which is great because that separates us from a lot of the competition. But there are plenty of customers who will come in and say that maybe they're looking for a gift for their friend who has very traditional taste. Most of these people end up walking out empty-handed because we don't have anything that pleases their needs. If we can just have one or two traditional home accessory lines, we will be able to acquire a wider variety of customers. Besides switching our merchandise, there are a few other things that we can do to increase profits. One of those changes is to increase our advertising. Right now, we only advertise on Facebook, which is great because it's an outlet to show pictures of our products and get the word out about new inventory. But there are many other things we can do at a low cost to increase our advertising. A lot of potential customers subscribe to local newspapers such as the Town Journal and the Villanova Times. These are both great outlets to let residents of the area know that we're open for business. We also can incorporate more social media tactics. More and more adults are starting to use social media sites such as Twitter and Instagram, and since these are free, we should definitely incorporate them in our publicity strategies. A third change that we can make is to have more sales. Right now, we charge about 50% the wholesale price in our merchandise, so if we just mark that price down by 25%, we can still make a profit as well as get rid of all our inventory. A lot of times we'll over-purchase an item and end up just either taking the extra items home with us or keeping them in the back of our store. But if we start to put these on sale, we can make a profit and save space in our back room. The other good thing about sales is that they will bring in customers who may not normally come into our store because the prices are too high, and then they might see something they really like that's on a regular price and buy that as well. Finally, if we start to keep an official track of how our different merchandise sells, we will know what to buy more of, what to stop purchasing, and what to only buy a few items of. As of now, we're just using our best judgment to decide what to buy, but I believe that we keep an official database of what and when our merchandise sells, we will be able to better assess what to buy in the future. For example, we purchased about 20 different scents of candles from the LAFCO candle line, and every few months or so I'll take an inventory of these candles to see how many we have so we know when we need to purchase more. But we should also start taking an inventory of how well these sell. So for example, if on January 1st we buy 6 of each candle, then on February 1st we should go back and see how many we have left. So if we had 6 beach house candles at the beginning of the month and at the end we still have 6 left, we'll know to stop purchasing this scent of candle. So overall, switching the merchandise we sell and increasing our advertising, sales, and inventory checks are all positive changes we can make to improve BB Clover at home. If these changes are implemented over the remainder of 2014, we can start to see an increase in sales by 2015, and by 2016 have an increase in profits of at least 15%. From working at the store over the past 3 years, I've learned a lot about what customers like to buy and how much they're willing to spend on certain products. BB Clover at Home is a great store, but I know there's always room for improvement. I look forward to working with you and making these changes and seeing BB Clover at Home grow.
Excellent.